In 1983, the world came within minutes of nuclear annihilation. Not because of a war, not because of a mad leader, but because of a computer error. And one man. Yes, back then, the Cold War was at its most dangerous point. The United States and the Soviet Union were locked in constant suspicion. Both sides had a chillingly simple rule. If the enemy launches first, you launch back immediately. No hesitation, no debate, and absolutely no second chances. This doctrine was called mutually assured destruction, a promise that an attack would be the end of everything. So, on September 26, 1983, deep inside a secret Soviet early warning bunker, a brand new satellite system began scanning the skies for American missiles. Its job was simple: detect a launch and trigger a full-scale retaliation. And then, shortly after midnight, the alarms went off. The system reported one U.S. nuclear missile launched. Then another, then another, then another. 5 incoming nuclear missiles were now apparently headed straight for the Soviet Union. Protocol was crystal clear: report immediately to High Command. Command would then launch hundreds of nuclear warheads in response. The clock was ticking down to the end of the world. The officer on duty was Lieutenant Colonel Stanislav Petrov. According to the flawless new computer system, the attack was real. According to his training, he was required to escalate it up the chain. But something just didn't make sense to him. If the United States were really starting a nuclear war, why would they launch only 5 missiles? A first strike would involve hundreds, even thousands. Petrov had only seconds to decide: trust the computer or trust his instincts. And in that moment, he did something almost unthinkable in a military system built on absolute obedience. He disobeyed. He picked up the phone and reported it as a false alarm. Minutes passed, tense, silent minutes. But no missiles arrived. There were no explosions. No war. It turned out the satellites had mistaken the sun's reflection off high-altitude clouds for missile launches. The world survived, quietly and completely unknowingly. You might think Petrov was celebrated as a hero. He wasn't. In fact, he was reprimanded, and the entire incident was classified. For years, almost no one outside a tiny circle in the Soviet military knew how close humanity had come to complete extinction. One single human decision stood between our existence and total oblivion. Today, decisions like Petrov's are increasingly being handed over to machines, to algorithms, artificial intelligence, and automated defense systems that react faster than any human ever could. The question is no longer just what happened back in 1983. The real question is whether, next time, there will even be a human in the loop to say no. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe.